This is the Infinity Summit Group. Truth, passion, success. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fourth episode of the Infinity Summit podcast. Today is going to be the election special. We're kind of doing something different today. A little more laid back, less structured. Just kind of taking it easy and talking about the election. It's election night currently, and here we go.
Yeah, we all just got off work. I just got off work not long ago, and didn't know the updates on the election. But from what we're seeing, we actually can't find a reliable source for the polls, or at least not a accurate and up-to-date source.
Isn't that interesting that you can go on several different websites and they'll all tell you different things?
They're all live, allegedly, and none of them are saying the same numbers. Very interesting.
It is very weird. We probably went to about like 5 or 6 different things, and they literally all said a different number, so kind of awkward. And we tried to refresh the pages.
Well, when they call states before they get all the 100% of the vote in, it's what do you call it? All opinion. It's what they think what it is. Yeah.
And you said that was Virginia, right?
Yeah, they did that with Virginia, but from what I was hearing, on Crowder talk about, he says it'll definitely go for Biden. But I just think it's weird that they called it so early.
200,000. You say Trump was up 200,000 votes,
something
right?
like that. That might have been
in Virginia
too much, but he was up a couple percentages at least. But it seemed weird that they called it for that.
That is weird.
Well, at least we got Florida. It's a big swing state, which would be very helpful in Trump's.
It's a lot of electoral college things.
Yeah, in case y'all didn't know, we're definitely rooting for Trump on this election. Feel that he's a lot better option than the Biden-Harris campaign.
Yes, because we don't need Medicare care,
Yes.
I mean, what?
It's so funny.
Biden was talking about how Medicare care was a universal right.
What is that?
Well, yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Just right in the middle of one of his things. Everybody, me and Obama was thinking Medicare care.
Medicare care.
All right.
I want that, whatever that is.
Yeah. We essentially want someone that could form a sentence as our president.
Yeah, at least that. For me, I honestly don't agree with Trump on everything, and he's not my favorite president in the world. But, coming down to these two, definitely I would root for him.
The lesser of two evils.
Yeah. Way lesser of two evils, in my opinion. Way lesser.
Agreed. Obviously, I'm very, very pro-Trump. So
yeah.
we have a little varying views, but I have been a little nervous about this election. I've had quite a bit of anxiety coming up to it, just because if Biden does win by, I don't know, somehow we're in big doo-doo, because then Kamala Harris will be our president, and we really don't want her.
No, not at all. My question is, what do you guys think is actually going to happen if, say, either side wins? So if Trump wins, do you think the left will riot like heavy?
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Well,
Have you seen the pictures? New York and D.C., all the storefronts are just plywood.
Dude,
everywhere.
In Utah, they just started that too.
I can't blame them. I would do the same shit. I'd be like, hell no.
It's insane.
Everything's covered up. Doors, everything. It looks like they just shut everything down. Can't even go inside.
And it'll probably be shut down for a couple weeks if Trump wins.
That makes sense, too, because a lot of the businesses I've been trying to go to lately just to get, normal stuff, they're all closed. I tried to go get my hair cut today. They're like, yeah, we're closed until the election's over. And I was like,
and you're in Park City.
Yeah,
that's
all the way
why.
in Park City.
Yep.
I didn't even know why. I was like, why is everywhere freaking closed? And I didn't even think about it, but it totally makes sense now.
Now, I wonder the correlation between riots and blue states.
It's worse in blue states, I'm pretty positive.
They're telling their police to sit down.
Yeah, they got told that in
back
Oregon.
up, don't arrest anyone, just let them steal everything, because they have, what is it, property insurance, even though...
Yeah, insurance or it's reparations.
Yeah, it could be replaced.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Except they're literally going after black businesses. But that's their whole thing to riot for, because George Floyd was
Look, it makes
killed.
sense if you don't think about it, Kay.
Exactly.
It's just ridiculous. But
yeah, it's very interesting What are the biggest riot states we got?
Portland.
Oregon.
Oregon had like
New
170 days straight of riots.
DC.
Oregon
Yeah.
riots? What the heck? I thought those people were like Canadians.
That
almost.
was the epicenter of
That's
riots.
where they had like a, was it Chaz? Yeah.
Oh,
Chop
yeah.
and stuff. Where they just took over.
It's Chad's younger brother, Chaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that was the epicenter, and I think the states with the largest riots, most activity, most property damage are blue states.
Oh yeah.
Very interesting, and it's in the big cities, which are
Democrat.
Democrat. Yeah, for the most part, big cities are Democratic, so
That's true.
it's interesting.
Andrew Cuomo, or is it Andrew or Chris?
I don't know. Both of them aren't very cool. So.
It's weird when you look at this map though, and it's like Oklahoma, Arkansas, like Tennessee, Kentucky, all those ones that are like packed in there are all red.
Oh yeah.
It's all the Midwestern states where a lot of people don't live, really. It's where people live a little bit farther apart.
Except Florida, which that one's a...
Well, Florida's red, but yeah, Florida also.
Why is
has
it
big
saying
cities.
that Trump is still 92?
Yeah, I'm confused about that too. Just refresh.
They
it
haven't
as well.
called any new states, have they?
Yeah, they did.
They had it on upstairs, and Trump and Biden were both way past 100.
Well,
Trump.
Very
they're watching
interesting.
Fox upstairs, right?
No, they're
Yeah,
watching
that's
Epic Times.
They're watching Epic Times.
Is that right-leaning then? Or,
Yeah, very.
Google's definitely not.
No.
Yeah,
but
so we're looking at Google right now, and it says Biden is 122 and Trump is 92, and Trump stayed at 92 for a while now. What do you say? Probably 15 minutes now.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah,
haven't
probably.
called Florida on this. It's
Yeah.
only he's leading, which
They don't want to call
like,
Florida.
yeah, Trump called Florida, and that's 29 straight to him. So
They called Florida like 30 minutes ago, probably.
yeah, a while ago.
Actually, let's just see.
Even on Epic, or what is it, Epic Times? Epic?
Yeah, Epic Times.
Okay, even
An
on
hour
that,
ago. Sorry.
Biden's catching up from what he was. He was 77 when I was last
they
up
were
there.
they were pretty close.
Yeah, now it's 115, 120.
Well, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, see, look, Texas just turned red again.
Okay.
So they are updating it.
I hope Texas turns red. That just doesn't make any sense if it doesn't.
It wouldn't
It's
make any sense.
early voting, since early voting's predominantly Democrat and they get counted first.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, just because they're already there and they don't have to.
Did you see how they exited Kamala Harris out of Texas? It was like a bunch of the trucks with Trump flags and all that just surrounded
Escorted
her
their
bus and
That was
escorted
awesome.
them out of Texas.
I love that.
Yeah,
Get
it was
'em.
cool.
Then in Arizona, they had a 94-mile long Trump train of cars.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So
Freaking
crazy.
cool. I love that.
It's kind of wild too. Even I mean, Trump's winning the popular vote as of right now. I think too, which I mean, we haven't gotten to like big like California, which has got so many people
California's
there.
going to be huge blue.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I think so.
I'm actually curious.
They
Well,
did have
Because
big Trump
they've
trains.
had, a lot of pro-Trump rallies there. Even in like,
I mean,
the
probably
deep,
still
dark
won't
blue.
win, but it'll be closer than you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder what Alaska will be.
Red? I can
it
imagine it
better
would be blue.
red. There's no way. But I guess as far as Alaska goes, you got pretty much just a couple big cities, and that's it. So I guess you never know.
In Alaska, you would think there's like too many hunters up there for them to be like, yeah, just take my guns.
Yeah. seems odd, but
You don't even, I don't know, you wouldn't even think you'd get that many votes in Alaska anyways. People got to travel for that, right? Like, some of those people out in the bush, they ain't coming in to vote. I mean, how many people you missing that way?
That's true. A lot of people
that's
don't
gotta be
even
a whole
vote that
journey.
have it like super close. Like they
Yeah.
could drive 10 minutes and vote, and they don't. So
yeah, I personally have known maybe 2 people that didn't want to vote this time, and I was just like, what?
what?
Why not?
Well, that and I find it awfully suspicious when people do third party. Like, I understand with just like a regular election, but this election, kind of really, really special for our country. And it's only going to go 2 ways, Biden or Trump. So why waste your vote on a third party? I just thought it was weird.
It's about principle, not about
Yeah, that's
who
the
you think
tricky
will
thing.
win. Because like you guys saying, lesser of two evils, I don't think it's the right way to think about it. I think it's the one you think's the absolute best. When you think of lesser of two evils, it's bad no matter what, instead of seeing it and for a good light like some of them can be.
That's honestly how I see it. I think either way, the country's not really going to benefit from this very much. But, you know, that's just my view.
No, the one we're going to benefit from is Donald Trump Jr., boys.
Is he cool?
It's guns and vending machines. Yes.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's what I want. If you can figure out a way to have a vending machine do a background check, I'm all for it.
That would be interesting.
That would be
so cool.
So cool.
The only thing is, how do you prevent them from getting, like,
Stolen?
yeah.
You could make
You'd
them
have
pretty gnarly, I bet.
Yeah, you just put a safe out there that's mounted to something.
Make it an ATM. Those don't get robbed enough, right?
Oh, those get stolen all the
Essentially.
time.
Do
all
they?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they got like the whole tracking thing and everything, don't
Just
they?
well, a gun vending machine would have to be like a building, but it would just be like you walk up, tell them what gun you want from their machine. They grab it and they're like, "All right, here's your background check. There you go." You know,
Mm-hmm.
It'd be so cool.
in and out, 15 minutes.
That would be
Bada bing,
nice.
Bada boom. Oh yeah.
Did you guys hear that Walmart took away all their guns and ammo, all that, just to be prepared to be looted?
Really?
Mhm. Yeah, they took
Well,
it out of all their stores or something.
Not yet. Not this Walmart.
It might just be not
Oh, really?
Utah stores.
Okay.
I
was
doubt they
like-
think there's going to be rioting in Harriman or whatever, you know.
No,
I
they
don't
probably
think
just
there
took it
will
out of
be.
like the bigger cities.
If there's
Makes
going to be
sense.
rioting, it's going to be downtown.
Yeah, it's gonna be Salt Lake. If
Salt
they're out
Lake,
this
yeah.
far, they're asking for trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the city folk might accept it, but suburbia is not going to accept riots. They'll tell them, get out of my neighborhood right now.
Especially in Utah. Utah's a pretty, I think it's a castle doctrine state.
What is
which
Castro
is,
Doctrine?
if they come onto your property, you can shoot them, basically.
Cap them.
Make sure they're
No
dead
cap.
so they can't sue you.
I think that's how it should be. Come
Yep.
on my property without
Because
asking.
Shoot
there's
to
a lot
kill,
of the
don't
states
shoot to
where you
maim.
gotta like run away first, like a couple of times before you can shoot them.
Really?
But Utah's like, you know what happened. Like, come on now.
You was on my property, bro. And then
That's
you
like-
died.
Go on,
I
get.
think they call it castle doctrine because it's like the right to defend. Something
I like that.
I do too.
I love that. If they're infringing on your property, you're like, you're going to die.
Yeah, don't tread on me.
Yes. That's the American way. It might be an arrogant way, but I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's arrogant.
I'd say
It's the only way to respect property.
it's self-preservation, really.
Yeah, that's the way we roll in America for sure. It's just like Old West rules, you know?
Did you guys see that they're having like riots and stuff in Italy and in Venice and stuff because they're running out of food and stuff and the whatever mayor, whatever the heck that leads over there just did a 1 month quarantine for everyone, and if you want to leave your house you have to have papers.
Really?
Yeah, so people are like a mass exodus
I've
from
heard
Italy.
this story before. If, for you listeners, look up early 1900s with communist Russia and Maoist China.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out.
I think Texas is actually doing a mandatory quarantine right now too. Like I heard from somebody who lives down there in El Paso, I think, that if you leave your house and you're just wandering around, it's a $200 fine.
That's New York is going to pass a law, $50 fine if they catch you without your mask on. That's anywhere outside, I think. Even your car, anything. $50 fine.
Ooh, boy.
What idiot designed this thing?
Yeah, I was watching the news the other day or something. Yeah, KSL, and the lady on there was talking about the doctor, how they want you to wear a mask even in your house. Like when you're around your family, wear a mask all the time. In your car by yourself, doesn't matter. Wear your mask. It's weird.
No.
I don't understand. Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, screw that.
And I had to get the COVID test yesterday. Me and Louie were just sitting in the car without our masks on, and the nurse was like getting after us for not having our masks. I was like, we're both getting
Really?
tested. What? And you got to stick something up my nose. I can't have the mask on for that. What
How
do you
was
mean?
that, by the way?
Oh, it's so weird, dude. It's not bad, but your eyes start to water. You're all, come on, stop.
Yeah, and it's like a prolonged amount of time that they got to put it
10
in there and
seconds?
twist, right?
Yeah, it's so weird. You're all,
And I heard it's got like some chemical on the end that makes it kind of burn after. little bit?
I don't think it did. Made you
Not too
sneeze
bad?
real bad, but no.
Oh,
It felt
okay.
weird though, because something just shoved up your nose, and you're like,
Oh, yeah. All the way to your breathing holes, huh?
yeah. It was so uncomfortable, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Good.
Ugh,
Heck
no
yeah.
thanks. Still no on that. Don't shove no things up my nose. I'm good.
Also found out too, they do a blood test. That's what we were gonna go do, which to
Mhm.
see if you have the antibodies or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to be exposed for over a week for that to work. So for the other one, they have to stick the thing up your nose.
Huh.
So wait a week, so you don't have things shoved up your nose.
That is interesting. Because, yeah, I was exposed for a while. I could have done that instant one, but I ended up not having an issue.
I wouldn't have if I didn't. If I wasn't at work and Uncle Mike was like, "Go take it."
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, Mikey.
But it was only supposed to be the hour one, and then I had to miss a day of work.
Yeah, and it was just one day of work you had to miss, right? Just while you
Yeah.
figured it out.
Uh-huh.
And it's because Warren had it?
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I don't know. I hung out with him Friday and Saturday night, and he looked like tired, but not like sick.
Yeah.
And then he still got tested, and I was like, dude, for real? What does getting tested solve for you?
Yeah.
Other
Well-
than now I had to go tested and miss work.
Yeah, it creates problems for everyone, really.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I wouldn't have had to miss work when I did. Had my family not gotten tested, but they had to get tested for work because they were feeling under the weather and they were just going to miss work. And both their works were just like, yeah, you have to get tested before you come back now.
I don't understand. There's something like the flu cases have gone down like 98% this year.
Oh, gee, I wonder why. It's because they're COVID, huh?
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
It's annoying.
Yeah, I think I was talking to you about this too, but isn't it interesting that they send out that Amber Alert like literally the day before Halloween?
That,
Yeah.
Like,
that
weird.
bothers
okay,
me.
come on.
Yeah.
Really, people? Let people trick or treat. Let people go have, like, Halloween was pathetic this year.
Will and then went trick-or-treating out around the 5. Lot of candy. Will got like 13 king-size bars.
Yeah, I bet, because nobody has
I
any
got, like,
kids, so they're
one.
like, take half my freaking bag.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That was out here too. We didn't have that many trick or treaters.
It's weird. There was a lot more than I thought there would be when I was driving around.
Me too. I did have to go slow in the neighborhood. There was more than I thought, less than I had hoped for though, for sure.
It didn't seem like many people cared. If I'm being honest, people were
Yeah.
just kind of hanging out. Everyone's like, people were making cotton candy, had their campfires out, and were hanging out still. I mean,
Oh,
it didn't
heck
seem
yeah.
like nobody cared.
That's
Yeah,
probably good.
We had one that was in our neighborhood. They always do like a hot dog stand and everything, and hot chocolate, and it ended up they didn't do it this year, and for whatever reason. And, well, I know what reason it is, because they're
Yeah.
afraid of COVID. But
It's weird.
actually, I don't even know that people are even afraid of COVID anymore. It's afraid of the idea of being caught with COVID
Yeah.
or being
Yeah,
caught
missing 2 weeks of work.
Yeah, not taking precautions by someone that will be rude to them about it.
So outside judgment, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It is now
Getting canceled.
socially unacceptable to not care about COVID. It's interesting. Had a guy up in Park City. We were in a Home Depot the other day. Didn't have our masks on up in Park City. And he called us a D word. It wasn't very nice.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, the mask belongs on your face. Bleep. And we were all just like,
Belongs in the trash, buddy.
yeah.
You're not my buddy, guy.
Yeah, he's just some muscly dude and wanting to flip.
It has like a
flaunt around as
99%
whatever.
survival rate. Just mind your own business. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
We had two guys at work almost in blows because one guy was standing up, not sitting down, without his mask on. He was just like talking. He's like a local. They're both locals, but this guy like started flipping his shit at this guy.
Because when you sit down, the virus stops, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It cancels all the virus and all the germs once you sit
Yeah,
down.
I love it.
The guy was standing up, so this guy got angry and had to get escorted out.
Pisses me off so
Good.
bad. It's so weird.
Throw him out of there.
The thing with the masks, too, is weird to me, too, because your eyes, they're open, and it can go through your eyes. What is...
Yeah, straight open. Woo woo.
Yep.
Also, the virus just passes through a mask like a chain link fence.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Water. The only thing a mask actually stops is water droplets from your mouth and possibly nose, but it's like,
N95s are supposed to work better, right? But like those are the only ones that work, or the
They have like a
KN95s.
90%
right, and then you can't breathe.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so hot.
Yeah.
Wear them at work sometimes. Don't love them.
Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is what happened to the America where it's rootin' tootin', flip my gun out if you offend me, kind of old Western, you know?
We are
So-
if you compare us to the rest of the world.
That's true. We are that way.
That's true.
Because
Right
like
now.
Australia, if you leave within like a mile of your house, that's like you're arrested, like going to jail.
Jesus Christ.
It,
Where
it's
does the world
still
come to?
we're still that place in the world, but we're getting slowly worse, and we're going into
Yeah.
what the rest of the world is, which is exactly what we don't want to do.
Yeah.
We're America. We're different, and that's why we're America, is because we're different.
Mm-hmm.
And we're veering back to the more strict, more like rules and mandates, and
Tell you what we're doing is heading towards a Marxist society, much like the rest of the world is going to, which is a communist society.
yep.
He's the reason why communism occurred in China and Russia, and he was the call it the founding father that created the communist movement.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx. Good
What a
old
G-
Marky boy. Marxy boy.
What a saint.
What a saint. Oh yeah. He's if there's a seventh level of hell, he needs to go all the way down.
Betrayal.
Oh,
He
actually-
betrayed everybody.
Yeah, actually he needs to go to the top. That's where it's the hottest because the heat rises. Just yeah. Look him up. I actually started reading The Naked Communist today. It's like a what would you call it? It's like a breaking down of Karl Marx's ideas and why communism fails and why it's essentially not a good thing in the world.
It's weird that you have to have a book to explain it. We've seen it go, a lot actually, and so many people died every time.
Yeah, we've
It's
seen
never
it in the
worked.
world multiple times, and now we know is bad. Another one y'all got to read is the Gulag Archipelago. That's literally first-hand accounts of what happens when you become communist. And socialism leads to communism, BT dubs.
Look at Venezuela.
So what even is different
Yes.
about socialism and communism? Because to me, it sounds like they're around the same thing. almost.
Socialism is like the baby form of communism.
Yeah,
right?
socialism is a baby form of communism. So basically, socialism is where the government takes care of you through social programs. So say you're still going to work, kind of like a capitalist society, but they are taking most of your paycheck and then using that to pay for social programs such as Obamacare, such as welfare, all these things that are social programs, and they use that and distribute those among the people so that everyone has free health care and free college and all this stuff.
So it's fair,
Right, so it's fair.
with quotation marks.
Yep. And then communism is literally the government owns everything. The government assigns you where to work. There's no wages. You just work. And what the main theme of it is you work your absolute best and you receive what you need. So you toil your life away and you only get your bare necessities from the government.
That sounds scary, like actually scary.
That's
Yeah,
why a
and-
lot of people.
And
died.
that's what happens. That's what happens. What they did in communist Russia before they became communist, it was on the way, is they went after the rich people
Yes.
because the leaders of communist Russia said, "Hey, we know some people who have put you guys in this position. Go after them." And so they did, and it was these farmers that were barely wealthier than the average citizens, but the fact that they were wealthier caused that disparity. And what happened is the common folk went and killed a bunch of these farmers, the aristocrats, whatever, and that was how their food was produced. So suddenly there's no food in the country. Millions, tens of millions of people died, starved to death, because these idiots who wanted to take out the rich to equalize the poor.
Isn't that what
Sounds very similar to
is
what
that
we're
where they
having
get
going on.
the eat the rich thing? Is that from Russia? Or they say like eat the
Maybe.
rich? I don't know what the whole quote is. All I know is eat the rich.
Steal from
I
the
think
rich to save the poor.
No, that's different. Eat the rich is more like poor people that just don't like rich people because they think they're exploiting them.
That's essentially what that was.
which is a
that's
very-
why I figured
That's a very interesting concept, isn't it? Because the rich are the people who actually provide for the poor people.
I know. That's
They
the stupid
give them the jobs. They give them their money. They pay the wages. They pay their insurance. Just all these different things are just like, wow.
It's just biting the hand that feeds, really.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And
what
not the
happens-
government. The government doesn't feed you.
No, the government.
Feed yourself.
The government is the only institution in this country that does not produce its own wealth. Capitalism produces in order to get value. The government doesn't produce a thing. It just takes
And regulates.
and regulates. That's it. It literally produces no value.
And if it does give, it's giving it to the other people and stealing it from you and giving it
Yeah,
to
it takes and then gives. It's interesting.
it takes most and gives like this much.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
that's Biden's tax plan, right? 62% for people making over 400,000.
yeah, Jesus Christ.
Is that a real thing? He
Oh,
wants
yeah.
I promise that's what it
Who
is.
the hell voted for this
He's,
person?
he's also taken away
30 million people apparently.
Idiots.
yeah, so our polls
See, nothing's changed. They're not calling anything for Trump. Just
no, they're
Biden.
not.
I refreshed it like 5 times for real.
Yeah, so
This
there's-
is.
according
Why
to
don't you pull up
what
like
is it,
Fox or
Google?
something and see what they say? Yeah, this is Google,
Already
I think.
did.
According to Google,
Yeah, this is
Biden's
Google.
131 and Trump is still 92.
Well, here's the good thing. By the time, if Biden does win, we'll have 4 years of him and him destroying the country, and then we'll have all those people be like, "Holy hell, this is not what we wanted."
We'll have 1 year of him and then Kamala Harris for 3 years.
Yep, he's
He's
gonna
already
die.
too old.
Bro,
Oh,
Kamala Harris, she posted a video of her actually talking, and it was basically endorsing communism. She was saying, yeah, I just want everyone, we need to give everyone the same amount of stuff, like start at literally the same, so we can all go up together. Look up the video. It's just like, yeah, cool, we're voting for
No.
we're voting for this.
She straight up kept slaves, I swear.
You'll get a revolution.
No, and
promise.
she denied people leave from prison in California so that they could have cheap people to fight wildfires while they're in prison.
Yup.
She said, "No, you can't come out. You guys got to fight fires."
And who were all those people she put away?
Bunch of black people.
Bunch
yeah.
of black people.
Oh,
so
bunch
weird,
of
huh?
blacks.
oh
huh?
snap!
She's a
She
racist.
got like people. They got like on video of her laughing over sending people to prison for like 20 years for weed.
What the heck?
She was
It's
like,
real life.
it's weird that this isn't like everyone's like, what's going on here? Like this is straight up.
Look, it's weird that people are even thinking about voting for Biden. I mean,
Yeah, but she's worse.
yeah,
She's
I know.
worse.
Did they actually pass the 25th Amendment or whatever that was, to where, well, they were trying to have Pence do it, to where if he agrees to kick Trump out because he's mentally incompetent, then Pence will automatically become the president?
That's already amendment. They wanted to make it they wanted to make a committee. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
But that was real, like they actually did it?
I think so. And
It's crazy.
what Tim Pool said makes more sense to me, is they wanted to establish this so that they could kick Biden out. Because they know Biden's already mentally handicapped, and they
They're
want
gonna get Biden Harris in there. Kick.
Yeah, because they need the
Biden.
permission of the VP to do it,
Uh-huh.
and Kamala Harris, she called him a pedophile in the debates, and now she's just writing me. So we know she doesn't like her, so they think they'll just have their whole.
Well-
He can't do it. We're kicking him out. I'm president now.
From what I've read about her, she pretty much slept her way to where she is.
Wouldn't surprise me. Not even a lick.
Which
Looks like Trump is about to get Texas.
She's smug. You guys watch her election or the thing with Pence? She's very smug the whole time. Make you want to punch her.
Her stupid Joker laugh, too.
She,
It's just like,
she's just unlikable. I don't. She reminds me of Hillary Clinton in the way that she just is. You're just like, I don't want to be around her.
yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I truly, sincerely pray we don't get Biden Harris in there.
Bro, yeah.
Another
I
4
can't-
years of Trump Pence.
I can't get over the 62% tax. That's gnarly.
No, you saw that 50 Cent ended up
Yeah, that was so
endorsing him. I don't want to be 20 Cent.
He took it back.
What?
He did?
Uh-huh.
I didn't think he endorsed him, though. Yeah, at
Yeah,
the very
he took
least.
it back because I think he was little Pump,
Yeah.
or one of
Yeah,
these
Lil
guys.
Pump did, I know that.
Whatever. He posted a picture with Trump, I believe, and then 50 Cent's like, why would you vote for him, etc., etc. Just a bunch of BS.
Lil Pump spoke at Trump's Florida rally, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, he endorsed him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Same with
Then
the
he's
Nelk
got a
Boys.
picture with him.
It's
Heck
a
yeah.
bunch of YouTubers.
I know. Yeah, Lil Wayne was up there talking with him. I know. I don't understand why people wouldn't vote for him, especially rich people. 62%? Come on now. That's working 6 out of every 10 hours for the government. Doesn't that sound like wrong?
Don't you already work till
Sounds
noon
like
or till lunchtime?
socialism?
For the government?
Till 2 o'clock if you start at 8?
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
gross.
kind of... No thanks.
It's a little awkward. And that's why we want Trump, because he's trying to cut our taxes.
I
And
don't-
he has.
Did you guys see the thing, Biden's gun laws too? He wants to make it so you can't buy anything related to a gun online. No accessories, no ammo, no nothing.
What?
That's literally on his website.
Yeah, it's on his website. So yeah,
Let's see.
no
I'll look it up real
scopes,
quick.
no mags, no nothing. Nothing online.
That's just the fastest way for a president to get narked.
I wouldn't be.
Or
Well, he's gonna
nerfed.
die anyways.
Yeah, it's true.
Man's already had a brain aneurysm. Do you guys watch him tell a joke about his brain aneurysm? He asked he's saying he asked the doctor what was the chances of him making it, or what are the chances, he said, and the doctor said of you dying or of you like making it through or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 90% chance that you die because of this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what a brain aneurysm quite does to you, but he's old enough to have one, so.
Whatever it is, he's old enough. He's passed the test. Give him that aneurysm. Oh boy. Yeah. He's from what I heard, he's trying to take away the tax deductions as well.
Yeah,
So you
the
know
new
how
Trump ones?
Yeah, so you know how Trump gave the tax deductions, so now we get a $12,000 deduction rather than a $6,000 deduction? Something like that?
I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it. I just know
I
it
think that was
supposed
the
to be cool.
numbers for the last 2 years. And I think Biden's trying to take those away, so
Ban the manufacture and sale of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. This is on their legit
I think
website.
he had a mandatory buyback that he was thinking as well. But I think that
I need
was...
to get me some drum clips.
I want one so bad. They're so cool. But I think, yeah, he wanted the governor of New York, I think, or something, New York City. Something, is it Newsom? Or is it Cuomo?
I
Either
think
one of the
that's
two.
Cuomo. Let me see.
One of the two, he wanted to make his, like, a gun deputy person, you know, the person that gun czar. I think he called it his gun czar.
It's de Blasio. Bill de
Blasio.
Blasio.
Czar?
I think something like that. It was something crazy that I was like, what the heck?
That's Russian.
But he
Oh,
wanted
boy.
that guy said his gun plan would be to go door to door looking for guns, which I think would be a quick way to die.
He'd
Good
get
luck.
Shot,
I-
yeah.
I'll give you the wrong end of my gun for sure.
Yeah, I think it was they wanted to also do a mandatory buyback or gun registry, which is both no. So
No
go away.
way. That would be a very hard position to be in, to go knocking door to door, because you'd die.
Oh, absolutely. Someone would just shoot right through the door. And you
Yep.
wouldn't
What are
have
they going to
anything
do?
say.
Send social workers?
Yeah.
That's what they did with the.
Or the police.
Yeah. What are the
No.
No.
Well, they sent a social worker to the guy with the knife that was just killed by the police.
Did they? I thought it was just the police.
It was a social worker first, and then he called the police or whatever because he was crazy.
That guy that just died. The cops didn't have tasers because
Let me
they were
fact check
underfunded.
oh,
Isn't that crazy? One of the cities, I'm pretty positive, that defunded their police.
No tasers, just caps.
Uh huh. So we couldn't have stopped him with. We had no non-lethal means.
Just
Essentially.
got the gats, huh? All right.
Yeah. And
That's so
Idiots.
stupid. Yeah.
what did they think was gonna happen?
Defund the police. But wait, someone call the police.
Plus, they're not getting rid of guns. Gun will last you 100 years. They don't need to buy new ones.
Mm-mm.
They need the new fancy stuff for like
All I need
tasers and
is
stuff.
ammo.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Cost me $10 to outfit me as a police. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
Because everything's got such a long shelf life, other than
Yeah.
like tasers and stuff that look like one-time uses. But I'm not sure how that works. But
They actually got cartridges they put in there.
okay.
Yeah.
But-
So it's like a bullet, but it is a one-time use. The cartridges.
Plus, they don't always work. Same thing with
Yeah.
pepper spray. I think one of our cousins is a cop, and he's saying he'd rather pepper spray than taser. So he said they don't use pepper sprays because you can fight through it. So because they all got it tested on him being the cops, and he was saying when they did it, he just ran right through it. Said it hurt, but I could still just keep going. So it doesn't really
Ugh.
stop you.
Ow.
Okay, don't quote me on what I said last, but it says his dad said his son struggled with mental health issues and was on medication.
Who's dead?
Biden, I think
No,
you're talking about
the
mine.
Walter Wallace, the guy with the knife that was just killed.
Oh,
just
okay,
shot
yeah.
and-
He says, why didn't they just use a taser?
Because they're underfunded.
yeah.
Exactly. Awkward.
Video's
huh?
a stupid video, anyways. And did any of you guys watch it?
Did somebody get shot or something?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy with a knife that was going after the police.
He
No
straight
shit.
ran at the
Yeah.
police, and they're like, "Stop!" Backing up, and then he got shot like 8 times.
You better quit that, boy.
We could watch the video if you guys want
Gets
to.
dead.
It's just like, what did you think was gonna happen, dude? Come on now,
Yeah.
idiots.
Hate that stuff. I saw a breakdown the other day. It was like, yeah, out of all police, out of all arrests, this many people die. It was like 0.0003% of people get shot or whatever, and then of that it was another 0.003 of those people who get shot are black, and then there was like a 0.00001% that were unarmed, not charging the police anything.
I think
Just
most
like-
of the ones that they've had that they say are unarmed have been debunked. Other than like George Floyd, most of the other ones have been debunked as they were actually
But
violent.
George Floyd was
That
on
was-
drugs.
Yeah, he was on
Said he was gonna
drugs.
die anyways, right?
He asked to be
Yeah.
taken out of the car. asked
Kicked
to
his
be-
way out
Yeah,
through the door.
it was just like
He was violent, but yeah.
there's a lot of stuff with that one. It was just like, man, sucks that he died, but also,
What did you think was gonna happen?
yeah,
Well, I mean, they said he was gonna die from the drugs, anyways, right? Well, one coroner. They had like 4 different coroners looking at it. I swear.
that's what I heard was that he had a lethal dose. But I was listening to a really liberal guy on Tim Pool.
Is it the Vosh dude?
Yeah, Vosh.
He pissed me off, man. I was just like,
He was a lot to listen to, but I tried to
Holy dude.
really listen to him with an open mind, and it was still idiotic what I was hearing.
I honestly tried because I didn't know
too
who it
much.
was, and it just threw it on, and I was like, "Who's this?" And I was like, "What is going?"
I watched the episode after that where they were talking about him as like, what was he, Antifa leader or
he's
whatever.
like socialist, hardcore
Yeah,
socialist.
and I was really trying to be open minded with him, and I still couldn't. Nothing.
That's Pod Save America. It's the liberal leading podcast. I tried
Yeah.
to listen to that one time. Wanted to shoot myself.
What's it
'Cause
called?
Pod Save America. Because
And you know what? That is your God given right, Jesse. You do what you
it is.
want to do.
But it was, I don't know, you listen to like Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder and they're attacking ideas, but the whole Pod Save America was this dude's ugly, look at his face, bet his family. You know, you're
I hate
like,
that stuff.
what? You're not even saying anything, you're just being a douche. Come on.
It was the same thing with the debates when I was watching the Trump and Biden debates. I mean, neither of them had very coherent answers to the actual questions that were asked, but Trump would at least talk about the topic a little bit and talk about what he's going to do in the future and things like that, whereas Biden was just like, can you believe this man? This man's failing the country. This man is awful.
Would you just shut up?
Yeah.
It's annoying. Did you
Oh,
notice?
come on, man.
Yeah.
Did you notice that they totally didn't talk about foreign policy at all either? And that's because Trump, legit, like 2 days before it signed,
Dominated the foreign policy
he had signed like 4 or 5
That
like
peace
Midwestern
treaty?
peace deals. Yeah,
that he
like a
got
bunch.
nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize twice for, didn't he?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so. He's
Yeah.
gotten 4 other countries to do it since then, and he said something like 8 other were something. It was a lot other
He's
were
a peace
willing to sign
hero
it.
of our time, and nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, kind of crazy. They straight up he said it. He tweeted it out. The last debate was supposed to be foreign policy, and they changed it last minute.
Gee, I wonder why.
That also would have brought up Hunter Biden too. That's probably why they're all not today.
The most interesting argument that I've heard from the left is that Trump has done a terrible job at containing the virus and everything.
That's what I heard, but
Biden's plan is literally the exact same
virus.
deal.
Very interesting, isn't it?
I don't.
That's stupid.
That and I mean, what
It's
did
all
you,
the same. He responded before anyone was telling him to. We were all there. No countries were shutting down. They were just like,
Biden
nobody
called-
knew what to do.
Wasn't Pelosi in China's city too?
Yeah, she was when Trump was like, "Don't COVID might be something big," and then she was like, "No, come down to Chinatown, have a good time, come." And same with like Chris Cuomo, come to the movies, everyone hang out still. And like Biden called Trump xenophobic for shutting down the borders to China when it started. And
What
he
is
was-
Xeno?
I think it's like being afraid of a certain country. Something. It's like a people. It's almost. I think it's almost racism. Something like that.
Probably, knowing the left, huh?
It's having or
racism?
showing a dislike of or prejudice against people from other countries.
Okay, so yeah, that's because he was like no virus. And he was all
Yeah.
xenophobic. Okay, dude.
Call it Chinese virus because the virus is from China.
They estimated
love the
like
Hodge twins.
2 million deaths, I believe,
Yeah, they
and
did.
it's only up to 200K.
It's a lot, but 2 million is more. So
Still 200,000. That's not COVID only deaths.
Nope, not at
No.
all.
Not at all.
also, they say out of the ones that are deaths, like a good portion of them are from Michigan and New York, where they sent their people that got COVID at first to the old people homes.
That's right, because some of the first people to get it were the older people.
Yeah, and some of the young
So,
they
like,
sent
send them back to the old people home.
they sent young people there. In New York, some young like gang member killed some of the old people there because he got frustrated or something, beat them up and killed them.
What?
Yeah, beat on these old people.
Wait, because he got frustrated.
So
or what?
upset.
Well, he got sent to the old people's home for COVID to stay there, I guess, and I don't know what happened, but he ended up killing one of them.
Oh,
Beat the crud out of him.
I'm sick of your wisdom, Gramps.
that sounds like such a weird, like, let's send this kid with a sickness to an old people's
Yeah, let's
home.
send the diseased people to the most vulnerable.
It was perfect.
It's something like
Kill as many people as they could.
That makes no sense.
it's the I think it's like the majority of deaths in those states come from them sending people to old folks' homes.
Just like anything.
Utah's red.
Yes.
Of course it is.
I figured. I've seen so many Trump things around.
It's been a
Dude,
lot.
it's awesome.
Dude, that map
Up on
though, that
a-
is so red.
House. There's a giant Joe Biden, like, flag.
Ew.
I know. You're ruining the mountain. Everybody else has got like Trump flags on everything. There's Trump everywhere, and then
Their
just
big old
one
Biden on.
Biden thing. Like, oh dear.
But serious, that's the question. I've asked so many people why they want to go for Biden. The only answer that I've gotten from all of them is Trump is such a terrible person. The way he handled that virus, the way he continually is a racist, all this stuff, and I'm just like,
Joe Biden sniffs little kids. Is that not enough?
It's on camera.
well, no, but aside from that, aside from their shady characters, because I'm sure neither of them are clean. You know,
Yeah.
grab her by the pussy, whatever. Which I think that was BS anyway. But it's just very interesting that people who watch the news, that's what they get.
Mm-hmm.
Is just like, yep, Trump is an evil, racist bigot who only loves war and damnation.
That's
Just
all
like-
I hear too. He's a racist, so I'm voting for Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I understand racism is bad, but do you know what he's going to do for the country?
Also,
do you know
have you
any
heard
of
what
his
Joe
policies?
Biden said before? Joe Biden called black people super predators. He also
All right.
was friends with the KKK recruiter, like for a long time. Spoke at his funeral and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Very interesting.
it's all swept under the rug.
Their
Well, both-
administration is also people who put the kids in cages, which is that was Trump's doing
right.
that
apparently.
It was funny.
But it's
Interesting.
Who
literally-
built the cages, Joe? Who built the cages?
Joe, why does your son need $3.2 million? Where's the money, Joe? Yes, I love that stuff.
Oh dear.
But those debates were quite appalling to watch. Just
I liked the second one a lot. And
I
Pence
did.
versus Kamala, that was good.
I still
Yeah.
think it's archaic.
Pence was
The
just
way
like
they're doing
smack,
it.
smack.
2-minute times to explain it. This is the whole country's writing this. Why you get 2 minutes to explain what you're saying?
Yeah.
It should be long form, and if it goes long, that sucks.
4
for
hours. 4-hour debate, Jordan Peterson style. Go.
Or right on
Yeah.
Joe
Yep.
Rogan.
Yeah,
That's
with
what
Joe
they
Rogan,
should have
it
done.
should be
Yes.
that, because who cares about what's after on TV? 2 minutes isn't enough to know who I want to vote for.
And nobody. This is the fate of our country we're talking about. Tell me everything you know.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like,
They should have done a podcast with Joe Rogan. And
4-hour podcast.
Trump said he would. He tweeted like the next day, "I'm game if you can get Biden."
Yeah.
really?
Uh huh.
Missouri just went red.
Same with Biden kept telling Trump that he's saying, "I want him to take a drug test. I want him to take a drug test."
And they
And
wouldn't let him.
No, Trump said, "I will if you do it," and
Yeah.
then they stopped asking.
Yeah. It's
He's just-
Moral of the story is government's kind of shady with their business.
Oh, it's all the way shady, not kind of.
Yeah.
not just drain the swamp, get rid of the swamp,
Yeah.
restart.
Burn it. Burn
He
the
was trying.
swamp.
Yeah. Got to restart from the ground up for sure.
You know what I also heard about the wall that he was building. A lot of people were saying, just
He's
just
got
to
a
stop-
lot done
Yeah.
with the wall.
like 400 miles worth of it, which is cool. But a lot of people were saying, like, they never said this on the news or nothing. You never heard it. But a big reason that he built the wall was to stop sex trafficking, and apparently it's done a real good job of it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was, but it stopped. From what I understand, is it stopped a fair portion of it.
That would make a lot of sense because they're trafficking people down from the United States to Mexico or the
From
other way?
Mexico up, I think. Or
Really?
shoot, maybe, I don't know. I just know it's trafficking.
Yeah.
I haven't way looked into it, but I always figured just into America. Either way, it's like Trump talks about the coyotes or whatever, That was funny.
What was that all about?
Trump
I
thinks
never looked
there's
into it.
dogs going across
It's
the border.
just the nickname for smugglers.
Okay. 'Cause, yeah, they blew that up way out of proportion.
Yeah, it's just
Who was saying
different.
that? I remember watching an interview.
I don't remember who
There
it
was
was.
a lot of tweets.
There was
that I
a lot
like,
of them just like, Trump's an idiot. He thinks there's dogs bringing people over. It's like,
there's, I don't know. There's no way you couldn't just think with your brain and think that can't be what he meant, so it must
Yeah.
not be. Like,
all they
come
got
on.
to do is paint some walls like a road. You'll be good to go. Oh, boy.
You guys ever seen that picture where someone did that, like on Wile E. Coyote, where they painted the wall like the street? And it's
And a
a
car
picture of
wrecked
a
into
car
it?
smashed into it like they were trying to go through.
What the heck?
It's so
Awesome.
funny.
How do you not see that as a driver?
Look,
Like, oh, this is a wall now. I better stop.
Pennsylvania red.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
What?
That's huge.
Huh? That's a way big
yeah.
one.
That's a chunky boy.
Freaking Utah's awfully close, though. It's a little gross.
Utah's been going way more
Well,
conservative.
Cox,
blue
Romney,
lately.
Herbert.
yeah, that's because Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
we've
it's
had
Salt
a
Lake
huge
City.
influx of people.
From California.
California.
Cali, yep. Stupid. Go back to your
Conspiracy,
state and
man.
fix it.
Yeah, don't come here.
Yeah, we don't want you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Get away. Let me keep my guns. There's a lot of guns that are like restricted in Cali. I knew a kid that
So
was
many.
from Cali and he had to keep his guns in Arizona with family.
What?
There's a lot of states that are like that. Like Tim Pool saying when he was buying a gun, he had to like write a paper on why he needed a gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, my
So he
paper
moved.
would say, because I want one.
Because
Actually-
I can.
Because
My
it's the
paper would
US.
just say,
I have the right to.
yep. My paper would say mean things.
I seen this book the other day it was on it was a meme or something. It said it was Why Communism Works.
I would send in my bill. I would send in the Bill of Rights. That's what I would do.
That would be cool.
That's why. But you're
But
saying,
yeah, it was a book that said Why Communism Works is the title. And someone had bought the book and the review was every page says it doesn't work. Every page is just 3 words, it doesn't work. Correct.
I love that.
Why hasn't this changed yet?
What?
The 270 to win, whatever that is.
270 to win.
Yeah.
Oh, because you need
Because if you get 270, you win.
Yeah, but why haven't they changed?
Yeah, they haven't
at
updated
all?
Trump's. They added 6, but they keep updating Biden.
Oh, but he's so far back.
They're only updating Biden though. They don't even know what the actual numbers are.
What did he say?
Yeah, there's still a bunch of votes, from what I
You
understand.
guys see that?
His votes are like 2 million up though.
Joe Biden responding to
Pretty
the Trump debate. Oh,
Want to put your mic close to it so they could all hear it too?
What did he say? Don't do it.
It's representing Biden at a Trump, or Biden at the debates.
yeah.
I love that.
Did
So-
they had Joe Biden had Obama with him the other day at a live rally. Obama had to help him off the stage, and like he missed cues and everything. Like he is too old. Just like, oh man,
Yeah. Trump's getting up there too, but
he's spry, man.
he's still spry. He's
It's
he's
wild,
got
actually.
He's got his mentality about him still.
He's young in soul, but his body's not giving out yet either.
Yeah.
It's
And
weird.
unlike Obama, he doesn't look like he's aged.
Yeah,
Obama
Obama looked like he got
aged
older.
Hella
You
in
guys
office.
ever seen like
Probably 'cause he
the
killed all those
mayor
people.
the mayor of Chicago? That is a picture you got to see.
She's wild.
Let's see it.
Is
It's
that
like-
the bug-eye chick?
She went from a
She's
normal
wet.
chick to just all gray hair in like a couple of years, and just her eyes big and wild looking. Like she got muffed. Something happened
Looks
to
like
her.
a chihuahua. Just
Yeah, she went from being a normal person to just wild looking. Yeah,
Jesus.
she did not look like that when she started.
looks like a
So-
fish.
So what? She looked like that?
Yeah, she looked like that.
transformed to that.
She looked normal, and then she just looks dead now.
Let's see Obama.
Trump's just got dragon blood, so
It's all that McDonald's, dude. All the fast food that he eats.
His steak with
You see in
Ketchup.
his booty, it is a wagon.
dude. Yeah, I seen that meme the other day. I was all
That
holy.
that's America's butt right there.
Oh, he does look
Screw
older, doesn't
Captain
he?
America.
He got a lot of lines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
His hair went
Look at
gray.
this.
Beginning of presidency to the end is just like, oh boy.
Jeez, he just looks
It's
old
only-
after.
It's only 8 years, but
Looks a little
Jesus
sad.
Christ. Yeah, he's.
There it is.
Jess, did you try this,
Oh, he's
bro?
in bad shape.
Gum's been treating me well, dude.
Look at his husband, too.
What? Oh. She ruined my school lunches.
Yeah,
True.
Screw her.
Yeah.
did she
Yeah.
with the broccoli
She
thing?
tried to give us, all the
She's the
healthy
reason we had to
meals.
get like all the wheat stuff instead of white
Yeah,
bread.
so we had like really delicious things.
Mhm.
It was still like not high quality, but it was so tasty, and we had the smiley fries and everything at school. She took it all away.
That
Vending
didn't happen at my
machines?
school.
She
I
was
remember
the
eating
reason no
cheese
vending
sticks
machines.
every day, every single day. Cheese sticks.
yeah,
It was
but
probably
pizza was
unhealthy
like a
as shit, but-
vegetable according to them. So
Yeah,
I'll eat the last piece.
It's worth it, Jess. It's a little spicy.
yeah. It's good, but it's a little flavorful. It'll punch you right in the
Yeah,
right in the
it's
mouth.
quite a smack of flavor for sure.
It's almost crunchy. It's weird.
Yeah,
This piece.
It's interesting.
Not dried too long.
Yeah.
We're eating some homemade jerky that Noah made.
Yes,
Pretty
it was definitely a first time. I think
Tastes good, though.
I let it marinate a little too long, so it's got the flavors just way deep in there.
Just as
A
over
little
there.
It
spicy
tastes
guy,
good.
too.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's-
dry. It is dry.
Yep.
But it tastes good.
Definitely need water with it, but it's tasty.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
What are we looking at now on the polls? Still 131 to 98.
Boys, we're at an hour.
Biden
Just
to
want to
Trump.
let you know.
We are at an hour, huh?
So we can keep talking about this, but I don't know if we want to keep doing this much longer.
Does it just shut off or what?
No, it's a long ass podcast.
Well, like I said, it's an election special. We just go as long as we feel to.
I'm
Doesn't
down.
matter. You know,
Good with me.
people can listen or not. Doesn't matter. Sure, there's a million other people doing a live live election podcast, but either way, we're not going to know the actual results of the election until 9 days from now or so.
Well, we might actually know it today.
Yeah.
That's
if
true,
it's
because the
undis-
electoral college, huh?
Well,
Well, you could just look at it.
if
and,
you win without Pennsylvania or something, you won. So
Which we got, well, we're about to get Florida. Arizona, do we have that? Oh,
Not Arizona.
what percent of the votes in?
that's bad.
Only 70%. There's still 30%, but that's
That's
200,000
Still
votes.
bad.
Yeah, it's not great. Kind of wild, though. You wouldn't think that it would go that way.
How about Michigan? Where's that?
On Epic Times, it
Michigan's
says
top corner.
we already won Florida
Yeah.
for sure.
Like an hour ago or
Yeah.
hour and a half ago.
Michigan's looking pretty red, too.
Utah,
Yeah, that's
Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas. What is that? How do you say that? Is this Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Okay. It's not Arkansas.
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 Oh, it's wild.
Sassafras.
Crowder has 400,000 live viewers. That's a lot. For a YouTube stream?
What
is
does
a
Joe
lot?
Rogan
There's a
have?
lot. Yeah.
It was something like 500,000. I think it was a lot still.
According to the Epic Times, Biden's at 115 and Trump's at 135.
Yep.
So it's just like, what?
That's weird.
Who's
Google.
lying?
Yeah, someone's lying.
Big tech, big tech.
As long as we get the legit count by the end of the night, we'll be okay. 'Cause this is ridiculous.
Okay, so can people still, send in a vote like after today?
In Pennsylvania, you can vote up to like 9 days after,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's
which
ridiculous.
is some BS.
It just depends on the state.
Yeah.
Most states it's normal.
I
Pretty
wonder
positive.
if they'll just call it if it's just such a
If it's a
so
landslide,
far one way.
yeah. If Trump wins like or everything and doesn't need Pennsylvania, he wins.
Yeah.
Arizona turned red.
It doesn't really look like a landslide though, because one news source is saying Biden's
Well,
winning.
that's for right now, and they're still
But-
counting votes, and they've still got a while. They've got
5
I mean-
states. No, 7.
Well, this doesn't even have
They
Trump
can-
having Florida called yet either, but Florida's for
So,
Trump.
they can
Michigan,
vote till-
Wisconsin.
Idaho will be red too.
I bet Arizona ends up being red.
Yeah,
I-
Alaska,
Oh,
I
yeah.
honestly would be way surprised if it stayed blue.
Mm-hmm.
Nevada, I bet will be red. Oregon.
That'll be blue, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turned red because of how bad it was this summer.
Yeah, I feel like it would be red. Just
Yeah.
a lot of people left as well, from Cali too. So I don't know. Washington, Cali, and Oregon might be blue, but hopefully
We're
it
gonna
goes
have
red.
votes being counted till 1 or 2 in the morning because people can
Yeah.
vote till 10 or 11, and
Yeah.
the West Coast is 2 hours later than us.
Yeah.
So
I probably can't sleep tonight. I was up till 2:30 last night thinking about it.
really
Just like,
Jeez.
stressing out, huh?
well, I get into it. I
Mhm.
love it.
Yeah.
And also, I like the future of our country. So
Me too. Just get some body armor, boys.
I want it. It's cool, but it's expensive.
It is expensive. I'll let you know how mine does.
How much is it?
Like $400,
So
right?
the one that I got was just over 360. Yeah.
It's about the price you would expect.
It was the cheapest body armor I could find that was halfway okay.
Decent. Good reviews.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many reviews. Not many people
Nobody
get shot
gets
with it. But you've got the ratings that you can research, and it was like a 3 plus it said, so it'll stop up to like a 5.56 or slugs, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you guys see that Twitter won't let Trump announce victory?
yep.
They said, no, you can't do it. Biden can do it, you can't.
Victor, what do you mean? Like
if
victory?
Trump wins tonight, they won't let him because they mail in votes. They won't let him, but if Biden said I win, it's good.
What the heck?
They'll let everybody but him basically announce victory.
Weird.
It's really weird.
So say that he does it anyway. Will he
Ban his
get
tweet.
Banned?
They might. They've banned him before. It's really crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's a lot
I
of
guess-
places.
I
Fox
guess
13
they
is
are.
apparently the most.
How can you
updated.
ban the president?
I mean, they can do it, but it's
He is technically still a private citizen, and they are a company, and they can choose who they want on their platform. But the fact that they're censoring based on political party is
illegal.
insanity.
Very much illegal.
Is it?
I think so. Pretty positive it's illegal because it's not explicitly stated in their rules. They're just banning them.
Well, I don't think it should be illegal. I think it's just people should wake up and be like, Twitter is probably not that cool.
Yeah, so screw Twitter.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Boom.
To an
Screw
extent, at
Facebook,
this point,
all
it's
of it.
got to be illegal. Because I think Tim Pool makes a really good point about this, is we don't have a town square anymore. Twitter and Facebook is the town square. That's where you talk to people. That's where everything happens. So it's public now. because that's if you can't talk to anybody, if you can't get on Facebook, you can't get on Twitter, what you have no interaction with the outside world essentially.
Well, that's
you're
just
only
like
yourself.
That's just like having a town like center where you go in and they only let the left have the microphone.
Yeah, so that's it's still illegal. But it's essentially it's become public thing, and when you're using a public platform essentially to do this, I don't know. Like I get the idea that it's a private company, but at the same time, when you do this, you ostracize people and you give them no way to express what they're thinking, and you're essentially taking away their First Amendment.
Yeah, if we decide to structure social media platforms in such a way legally that they are more public platforms and you can't have censorship and stuff, then that's some censorship laws would be very good to have, I think.
Because I mean, they're doing it now.
Yeah,
I mean, they're censoring just
they are
the right
But
or whatever. And that's
as
why
of right now, a company is treated as a person in the law's eyes, so they are allowed to say what you can and can't do to them or within their own platform. But
yeah, I think that the problem
You've got a
really
good
comes
point,
with
Jess.
this.
But if we start talking about making things public,
Yeah,
then
no,
that's
so-
how you get to socialism and communism. So
I get it's just that it's once you get to the point where you're not sticking to your rules is when it
Yeah.
becomes an issue.
yeah, if you're
'Cause
not
then
sticking
it's-
to your own rules, that's crazy.
Then you're ostracizing people that no longer get an opinion, essentially.
Yeah,
It's
I think some censorship laws would be very
they'd be beneficial for sure.
very good. I hate to encourage more laws, but some non-censorship laws would be good.
Well,
Or-
it's something that you got to evolve with, so you can't just take old laws.
Yeah,
or
or something with like companies where it's like, okay, if you are going to be a company, you're going to be an entity, you need to be nonpartisan.
I think they get benefits for being like nonpartisan. I think, but they're clearly partisan.
Oh yeah,
I think there is things that they get like in their things that we are not partisan, but they're clearly partisan. So then it's like false advertising stuff, and you're ruining yourself, and that's why. I don't know. It's a weird and complicated stuff that I don't. It's not like a big deal to me because I don't use it, but
yeah.
If your platform is big enough to influence an election, I feel like that's too big.
that's
Or at least
also
get
fair
some rules because
because it's
It's
like it's a
ridiculous.
company, you know. Companies shouldn't really have that big of a say in an election. I think that should be all personal stuff.
But they don't. It's the people on those platforms, really.
Well, it's not the platform itself, but it's the people running the platform that are censoring conservative voices, or if you're too far left or whatever, you know.
I
They're
don't
still
know.
they're just taking like the
It's a
extremes
really
out,
hard
and you're not
issue to
letting everybody.
approach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just hard because I don't
It's
like,
like-
I don't want restrictions. I don't. I'm all about less restrictions, but like, and it's its own company, but at the same time, it's like it kind of does affect everything. So it's like,
but
I don't know.
Nothing can compete against Twitter. It's just too big at this point.
dude, Kanye West is on here.
Yeah,
What is he?
he was on the
What's he
ballot.
at? 0.
Good.
What? Did you guys see that?
Oh, he's got 3
See?
in Utah. He's almost got 4,000 votes.
Kanye West?
Yeah.
People are so
Jesus
pathetic.
Christ.
Go vote for a kangaroo. That'd be better.
Yeah, I think this rapper would make a really great president or singer or whatever he identifies as this week.
Did you
Flip
guys
flops around everywhere.
listen to his
He's
podcast
Warhol.
with Joe Rogan? Kind of crazy.
No,
He's just all over the place.
was it hard to listen to?
I only listened to a couple of minutes of it, but he's just all over the place. Kind of like he's so scatterbrained.
That's what it seems like. I mean, even in his life, he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's a
Yeah.
Fashion designer.
fashion designer. I mean,
He's God.
yeah, wasn't he a preacher?
He is.
Preaching
That's
stuff.
his last album is called like God is King or Jesus is King or something.
Yeah. He's got 2 good songs on it.
Okay.
They're interesting.
Very interesting dude.
One's about
What does he know
Chick-fil-A.
about politics? That's my question.
Not
0.
much.
What
He
does he
said
know about running a country?
he said he got the idea. He was just sitting in the shower and he was like, "God wants me to be the president. God wants me to be the leader of the free nation, so I'm gonna do it."
Mr. West, do you know what a free nation is?
I've watched a couple of his videos where he's talking, and he's got some good points.
What's
but
his platform?
what do you mean? Like,
What's his political platform? What does he
Democrat.
stand upon?
or
He's
yeah,
pretty liberal.
Okay, liberal.
liberal?
But
I
what
don't-
what
I
are his
think
beliefs?
More Democrat, but yeah, he's pretty liberal.
Because I think the whole political party thing is just meshing together. It's not even there's not even defined lines anymore. It's just all mushed together into a big old cluster cuck.
Cluster cuck.
Yep. There's still left and right leaning views, but it's just like, okay, what political party do I identify as? Is it liberal? Is it left? Is it libertarian? Is it?
See,
It just all meshes together.
well, it's hard to pick one too because you don't know what they're all about. I don't even like to call myself a single thing. Like I'm not a Republican.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
why you're a conservative. In general, you agree with them, right?
somewhat. I don't like everything conservatives believe either, but
Well, yeah, it's in general.
maybe yeah.
More often than not, you would pick conservative things.
Yeah.
Or libertarian, yeah.
Yeah, but libertarian is on the conservative end of the section.
Libertarian.
Because I would be a libertarian, I think, and
That was the interesting thing about Voss, or whatever his name is, Vosh.
Vosh.
Vosh. It was like, yeah, there's no right-leaning libertarians.
That confused me. I was
Like-
like, "What are you saying, dude?"
That makes no
I don't
sense.
understand what that means.
Libertarians
Like,
are all
literally,
right.
libertarian is just all the way to the right. That's kind of what it is, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Like Vosh.
Well, I don't think it's all the way to the right. I think all the way to the right is authoritarian, like Hitler.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, because the nation above all, and libertarians like the individual above all. Isn't
Well,
it?
in that case, it would be left.
Would it? It might be because it's about letting people just do whatever.
Or it's just out in left field.
It's a little bit of both. It
It's
might
not
be
right or left, it's forward.
because it is all about letting people do whatever the heck they want. That's a pretty lefty thing.
Yeah, but they don't. Their policies don't create that. It creates socialism and communism. That's what
It's
it
like
leads to.
taking the idea of the left with right wing stances on it.
It says
Like the
libertarian.
idea of the left being
Sorry, go
progressive and letting everybody do whatever the heck they want, with the right wing of the government has no place telling you what you want. What?
Says it's left leaning. Left wing.
Left-leaning, huh?
Wild. I always thought it was right. It'll stay right in my mind.
How does that even
Yeah.
make sense? Because like I don't agree with the left on pretty much anything, but I
Yeah.
agree with the libertarians because it's like more liberty and freedoms. That's kind of what their whole thing is, isn't it?
Yeah, libertarian
Smaller
is
government too, right?
yeah,
Yeah, smaller
less
government.
government, more individual freedoms. Basically, if I'm not harming you, then if I'm not infringing on your rights, then it's legal.
Yeah,
Kinda
like
thing.
The sovereign individual or whatever. The individual is sovereign.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and I absolutely love the idea. If I'm not infringing on your basic rights, you're not infringing on mine, we don't have a problem. That's the way it should be. What are we looking at here?
It's the same.
The same, huh?
It's not updating. Google's been really slow to update.
Yeah, screw Google.
It's I don't know where else to go.
Epic Times says it's still 115 and Trump's at 138.
We might not have final counts for our state yet.
But
right?
Epic Times is right leaning, so it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to probably
everything's skewed.
Epic Times and CNN maybe switch between them and see what they're saying.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's compare the
Yeah.
two. See where those are. At.
Because I know Fox was calling states earlier than CNN was. So I know that. So their numbers were way different.
Yeah. Yeah, or we could compare Fox and CNN. Those are exactly opposites of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Fox has gotten a little weird lately.
Think so? Like it was fine to me.
Oh, let's do it. Just through YouTube, you guys on?
Fox, the one with what's his name on there?
Tucker.
Yeah,
Carl.
Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Alright.
CNN isn't very good. They updated it 10:30 p.m. in Easter time,
2 minutes ago.
Was it
Yeah.
8:30?
and it says 94 to 72.
See, they're waiting until they're done to call states.
Yeah,
That's good.
they're waiting.
Yeah,
That's what we
they're
need.
trying not to pull 2016.
Yeah.
Did they call something too early and then Trump won?
Oh,
they called a lot
all
of states
called
early.
Hillary. Yep. They were all like, "Oh, Hillary's winning," and then Trump's all.
I think some of their articles were saying that Hillary had a 99% chance of winning in 2016.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
according to the polls.
No, it was according to the pollsters, the people that talk on
Yeah.
the news. According to the polls, from what I understand, were pretty close. But the people on TV were way bad off.
It's like, oh, she's gonna win. Oh, what?
That's
awesome.
funny to watch.
I'm excited to see some liberal tears.
Cry for me.
Yep. Might have to go have a shower cry if Trump loses, though.
Yeah.
I'd be a fat L for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. And
I
then
think this is to take the House. The Democrats need +4. Or no, that's for the Senate, and for the House, the Republicans need 17.
Jeez.
Well, if Biden wins, we're gonna watch the markets take a free fall, just tumble out of the sky.
NBC says it's 98-92.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. Still close because they haven't counted all the votes.
So they need Senate, or the House for 17, but they haven't gotten all like the Midwestern states done, right? Utah,
No.
Montana, Idaho.
Yeah, look, this is.
So they only get the Democrat states first,
They
anyways.
still have to do Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio,
Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Texas.
I think Trump called Georgia.
Did he? Let's see.
Yeah, maybe not Trump, but I know Crowder did, and North Carolina and a bunch of those states.
Yeah.
That they haven't called yet.
The problem is a lot of it's going to be your East and West Coast states that are going to be the big electoral college votes.
New
All
York
the
and
Midwestern
California.
states, yeah, New York
Oh.
and California.
He just called Kansas, like 13 seconds ago.
All those small states are just
Yeah.
Where the hell?
They're not
even
very
is
big.
Kansas?
KS, it's right next to Colorado. They already called it on here.
Oh.
okay.
Which is weird that they haven't called
108.
Florida already, considering that other places called it like an hour ago.
They don't want to because they know that's a good guy.
Yeah, that's 29 votes.
Yeah.
What's Iowa at?
This is.
Oh,
That's not right because he was like up 8.
There's only 32% reporting
Yeah,
right now.
it's-
oh, that's
it's not
okay.
right.
That's
Yeah.
what it is then. Because I was gonna say, I swear I heard that Trump was up there.
Yeah.
He was. That's what he talked about a lot on his campaign trail, Iowa. Or was it Iowa or Ohio?
Probably Iowa. Oh. Shoot, might be.
Yeah, whatever. Either way, they'll both hopefully flip.
Well,
It's weird to me that Montana's blue, even like at all. It doesn't make any sense to me.
how much is reporting?
22%,
Yeah.
but still,
What's Arizona?
like at all.
yeah,
seems-
that's true.
73.
Geez, that might go blue. That would be.
That'd be
nuts.
so odd after a 94-mile Trump train was in Arizona.
Well, I mean, and the gun laws and stuff they have in Arizona.
It's
I have a hard-
45 to 53, so it might flip red. Hopefully.
Yeah, Florida was like that for a minute, and as one goes up, the other one goes down. So it's not like, but still, it was just Arizona's got. It's so Republican to me. In my mind, it's so Republican.
Yeah, you'd think so, huh?
Um,
Let's see.
What is this?
See, they got 37% of the vote on that, and they're calling it Biden. See, that's weird to me.
Yeah, 33%, 25%. You're kidding me.
I don't like that they're calling those already. It bothers me really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait till
me too.
tomorrow. It'll flip. I'm pretty sure Idaho will go red, like 100%.
Better.
I still think, well, Montana will and Idaho will. Arizona, I'm pretty positive will. I mean, they got, I don't know, actually, 73? It could. I think so, but
Hawaii will be blue.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Mm-hmm.
so Jim.
Alaska will be red, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. Or better.
So now it's just if he can get 270 before California.
How much does Cali give?
It's a lot. It's like 50, ain't it?
Look, all I'm saying is if Trump wins, our market will continue to do good, at least until he gets sworn in again, and then we'll see. And he will be president over a large economic crash. And if Biden loses, or wins, then
We're toast.
we're going to free fall. Likely.
Okay, yeah.
Because
California
he
has
doesn't know
55
anything
electoral
about
votes.
running business, running businesses, running countries.
Okay,
Just-
that's what it
yeah.
is.
129 to
129 to
115.
115.
That's
yeah.
the official, huh?
Well, this is
Well, that's still
this is
without
Fox
Florida.
News. Or
Fox
Texas.
News?
Wait,
or
how many does Florida have?
29.
29, and California has 55.
Yeah.
How is that even a thing?
California has. If you took California out of America, it'd be like the second largest economy in the world. There's so
It's
many people
enormous.
that live there.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like 32
What's the
million or something like
yellow?
that.
I'm not sure, but it is
No, there's
so
got to
many.
be more than 32.
Probably the majority of the people in America live in New York and California, I swear.
mm-hmm.
What's the yellow?
Undecided? I'm pretty positive. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is.
I see a lot of red.
Yeah, well, it's population centers that go blue, and that's why they win, is they get so many, like California, 55.
Yeah.
Yeah, California's population is 39.5 million.
That's nuts.
It's a lot.
And the entire U.S. is like 300, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's insane. Good, they can stay there.
Yeah.
I doubt it stays that way long, especially if Biden wins. Because the California and New York are the states that are going to have 62% tax rate.
Well, already people are trying to move out. California, everybody's moving over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
already
everybody
trash.
moving.
Big companies,
Everybody's
too.
moving here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Texas as well.
Yeah.
Everybody's escaping.
Escape.
Fat L, go
Colorado's
away.
suspected.
Well, we're not going to know the actual results for many hours to come.
How come New Mexico is called on Google and it doesn't say we have results according to Fox?
It's probably just inaccurate like the rest of everything we see.
Oh, but they
Yeah,
should at least have
everything
some
we see.
info, right? Something should be happening there.
I can't click on
Same
it.
with
It's a video.
Montana.
Montana.
Georgia. Why haven't they called Florida? That's weird. Or Texas.
Yeah.
I'm about to
Florida
just-
was.
Not look at it for like 2 hours and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Well, boys, we're not going to know the results for a couple hours. What do you say we wrap it up?
I'm pretty ready.
All right.
Okay.
We're already, 77 minutes in.
Sweet.
Yeah. Average 17. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Alrighty, people. Well, this is going to wrap up our election special, and
Thank y'all for joining us.
we'll be probably posting, depending on, we'll definitely be posting about the candidate who wins when we find out.
We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.